Here, I'm going to show you how to completely change your Excel interface to make dashboards and all of your workbooks more intuitive, easier to understand, and much easier to navigate. I think you're going to like this one, and there should be something for just about everyone. Now let's get started. Come on. This is the first version we are going to make. It is a normal workbook, but much more professional and easy to go through. And these are separate worksheets. Even though we don't see the worksheet tabs down here and much of the interface is gone, it is a normal workbook. And this version requires no code, no VBA. It is very easy to make. Then we'll kick it up a notch with this version. It requires a little bit of code, a little bit of VBA. I'll walk you through it. But look at this interface. It looks like we are in our own custom-made program. And we'll end with a few tips that will allow you to make a dashboard that looks like this, visually intuitive and easy for everybody to use. Well, let's start this off in a blank workbook with everything visible, including our worksheet tabs down here. Now, your workbook does not have to be empty for you to add this feature to it. It's just going to be a lot easier for me to show this to you if we start with an empty workbook. And the first few things are just related to formatting. So let's give it a little title, add some formatting, bold, and use this indent so that we can still remain within cell A1, but give it a little bit of spacing on the left. And let's make it a little bigger. Click in here. How about we change the background color? Make the text white. So a little bit of formatting trickery will actually go a long way. Center it, maybe bigger. And now we need some buttons for navigation. So we go to Insert, Illustrations, Shapes. A little bit off the screen, I'm going to choose a rounded rectangle or rectangle or rounded corners. Click and drag to draw it and just start typing. Dashboard, hit Escape, a little bit of formatting, and we have one button. Let's copy and paste it. So get the formatting exactly how you want it for the very first button. I'm not going to waste too much time on that, but you can click the button, go to Shape Format, and Shape Fill and Shape Outline and Shape Effects are going to give you a lot of control. One thing that will help for arranging them, if we go to Shape Format and up here, Snap to Shape, that will make it so that these buttons will line up with each other a lot easier. And we can call this one Control, and we are almost ready for the navigation aspect of it. Now we can use VBA, we can use automations to go to the other worksheets, but it's actually not necessary. All you need to do is to right-click and go to a link. Choose Place in this document, and then we have Worksheets. We are on the Data button, so let's click the Data worksheet, and you can change which cell it will select right here if you want to. A1 is fine. A link, Control, and a link, a dashboard. Now we can click it and go to the other worksheets. We are almost ready to get these on every worksheet. All we need now is to make sure that we can quickly identify which is the active worksheet. And a very easy way to do that is right-click the button, and we actually have a fill option right here. We don't have to go to the Shape Format tab, and just choose a darker version of the color that you have. Let's make this just a little bit bigger and play around with the colors so that it looks nice. When you are ready, click row 1, Control C to copy it, go to Control, paste it in, go to Data, paste it in. Now we have working navigation. Isn't that awesome? And let's go ahead and update this. Data for you, Control for you, For a lot of people, that's all they need right there. Just that little navigation tip. They don't even want to remove anything else from Excel. It's already made it much more intuitive, a lot easier to go through. But now let us add some formatting tricks. Most of us know that we can go to the View tab and uncheck pretty much everything. And then we can double click up here and get the ribbon menu hidden. That is not bad, but can we do even more? Yes, we can. Let's go to File, Options, go to Advanced, and scroll down to Display Options for this workbook. Uncheck horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar, and sheet tabs. Hit OK. And there we go. Now I need to go here and also remove headings and grid lines. So almost there we go. All right. There we go. But of course, don't forget the little things. I did forget to update the color for the buttons. Very, very easy. Right click, fill, and right click, fill, and the same for data. So a little bit of formatting really goes a long way, especially when we combine it with links. And this is the regular worksheet. Add everything down here that you need to add down here. We've got an AI for Excel course coming out, and it is going to be pretty darn interesting. If you're interested in AI and Excel, make sure you sign up for our newsletter so you'll be notified when it's released and you'll get an additional discount on the course. I think you'll like it, and you can sign up right here. But now, why don't we go one step further? Let's make it so that this junk up here is gone. How do we do that? Well, here is the result. The setup pretty much is the same for the formatting options, but we have a little bit of code. Hit Alt F11 to go to the VBA window. And over here, you should not see all of this. This is the workbook from the automation course. It is really amazing what we do there, actually. But we want to open up the files for our workbook and hit the UI module. So double click that guy. And this stuff at the top will not be in the downloadable file. It's a little bit too advanced for this. It is covered in the automation course and another project file on Teach Excel. But all that we really need to get the look that we want is hide all and show all. And that will be in the downloadable file, and everything is heavily commented. Do you want to hide the horizontal scroll bar? All right, we'll set it to false. Do you want to hide the vertical scroll bar? Set it to false. And so on and so on. So it's very easy to understand. The one thing that I did comment out is this right here, display full screen. So if you have a little single quote like that, click away and the line becomes green, that means that code will not run. So that's a little trick for turning these options on or off. Full screen mode causes some issues with the visual settings that we're working with here. And what I mean by that is if you set them in full screen mode, they don't apply when you're not in full screen mode and vice versa. And it can change for versions of Excel, and it can make Excel a little bit harder to use. So I would stay away from full screen mode. It's in there if you want to play with it though. And then if you want to bring everything back, all you have to do is the reverse of all of those commands. So the falses become trues and so on. And if you want to learn more about full screen, you can read the comment here, but I don't think it's really worth covering in this video. Download this file, get the code for free, copy paste it where you want to use it. But if we only have these two macros, it's not going to automatically change to that interface when we open up the workbook. We are going to have to go in here and run it, or run it from the workbook. What we need is in this workbook. Here we have code that will run each time the workbook is opened, and here each time we go to close the workbook. And I commented this out so it would be a little bit easier to give this tutorial. But if you do that, hide all will be run. That's what we just took a look at over here. Hide all. There's the name. And then we have show all. And we run show all right here. This makes it so that those two things run automatically. If you don't want it to run automatically, don't include this in the workbook. But if we hit Alt F11 and go back to the workbook, from here you can hit Alt F8, choose macros in this workbook, hit show all, run, and Alt F8 again, hide all, run. From here, if I open up a new workbook, so Control N, you can see that we still have the sort of a restricted interface. If it says you cannot run that macro, but it's not very specific about what it means, but you can run other macros in the workbook, then go to File, Options, Trust Center Settings, Macro Settings, and you may need to check Enable Excel 4.0 macros when VBA macros are enabled. Now, if you've made it this far, I want to point out why I have a one version with macros and one version without macros, without automation. With macros and automation, you can make it more advanced. So notice that we don't have any visible worksheets down here. If I go to Control, we just see the Control worksheet. If I go to Data, we just see the Data worksheet. Those are the kinds of things that you can do with macros and automation. And you can do so many more things. You can have all sorts of buttons over here, like this, where you can import, clear, click that button, and get a password input to view restricted worksheets. You can do all sorts of cool things. We even have an auto email button where when I click that, it's going to email different reports to an entire list of people maintained on another worksheet that is currently hidden and password protected in this workbook. There are a lot of great things we can do with automation, and this workbook comes from my automation course. But what I want to show you here is how to make these really cool buttons, because this tutorial is all about navigation and making a user interface that's a little bit better for the user. And these buttons are actually just a shape with text and an image. To recreate them, I would go to Insert, Illustrations, Shapes, Rounded Rectangle. Let's draw that guy right here. And let's just type dashboard, hit Escape, then Home, and let's double click. There we go. Right align, then Center, then Insert, Illustrations. This time go to Icons. And we have all sorts of options. We can search for them up here, although I found the search is not very good. Or scroll down and click this arrow to go through categories. There we go, interface. All right, let's get that computer back. Here we go. Click Insert. We get a nice little icon, not little enough. Graphics format, make that guy white. And you just make it small enough so that it fits within the button. Then spend time getting that correctly fitted. Hold Control, click the button as well. Then right click, group. Now you have one movable item. It doesn't look perfect here, but I don't want to waste your time going through all the little things to make it look exactly like this. All I have down here is a different color, bold, everything is centered. One little tip after you get it exactly how you wanted, you may want to go to the Review tab and protect your worksheet. That can at least make it more difficult for somebody else to mess up your dashboard. Well, what'd you think? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear if you've used any of these tricks or if you have anything else that you would like to add to it. There are so many ways to update and change the Excel interface, and it's really kind of fun to play around with it. And if you do want that big dashboard that I showed you at the end, that's included in the automation course on teachexcel.com. So if you sign up for that course, you can download it there. I also show you how to make it, how to update it, how to adjust it, how to do pretty much anything you need to do with it. But you don't have to learn that if you don't want to. You can just get the file as well. But that's all for this video. If you stayed this long, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Give us a thumbs up, a hype, a like, a comment. Share it with anyone you think might find it helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.